This is gonna be a quick review because Transformers Rise of the Beast is a terrible CGI slogfest that just rehashes the same plot points from Transformers 2 and 3, but in a much more clumsier and shitter manner. Well, let's not spoil the plot because we have seen it before. The film's plot centers entirely around the hunt for the Allspark. Sorry, the trans-dimensional key that the Decepticons, sorry, the Terracons want to use. The problem they face is that the key was taken to Earth thousands of years ago and hidden inside a temple in the Middle East. Sorry, South America. When the Autobots attempt to obtain the key, unfortunately for them, Optimus Prime, sorry Bumblebee, is killed in action. But that's okay because they managed to resurrect Optimus, sorry Bumblebee, just in time for the final fight of the movie. The villains eventually get their hands on the key, which they use to bring Cybertron, sorry Unicron, to Earth as he attempts to eat the planet, before eventually getting stopped by the Autobots and their annoying human companions. That's it, that's basically the plot with all of the shit scraped out of it.
And it was so boring.
Like the fucking Maximals who do fuck all until the last fight of the movie. The only real difference between this movie and the other two is that the two main characters in this one are nowhere near as likeable as Shia LaBeouf and Megan Fox. Fuck, even Megan's replacement, Rosie Huntington-Whiteley, was much better than this girl. At least she was pleasant to look at. But when they casted this actress, I'm guessing sex appeal was the last thing they were searching for. No, they decided to make her an archaeologist first and foremost. And that's it, that's basically her entire character, nothing more. She is a black hole of personality. Then there's Noah, the male character, who is slightly better than her as he has more characterization, wanting to look after his brother but being unable to earn money or get a job. That's all well and good, but once he meets the Transformers, this plot point pretty much is forgotten about and doesn't mean much to the overall plot. Now, the dickhead who directed this movie has come out and said that he wanted to tell a story about black and Latin culture. What he means by that is that white people are racist.
Oh god, I'm bored already.
Fuck me, what an original story. I've never heard of racist white people before, other than the 500 TV shows I've seen last year. Noah is rejected for a job by a white man, and his reasons are this.
Listen, I can't have someone like you mess up what I built.
Someone like me.
Very subtle. Well done.
And the boring bitch's story is that she does all of the work in the department, but her boss, who is white, does not appreciate her and dismisses everything she does. Then we have the Autobots. Firstly, there is Optimus Prime, who is less stoic and confident as a leader. For most of the movie, he complains about how he wants to go home and that humans shouldn't be trusted.
That's gay.
Every single Transformers movie that has come out recently has made Optimus less cool and more of a bitch who gets the shit kicked out of him by the new villain to establish how tough he is. Remember Transformers 2, when Optimus was ambushed by all of those Decepticons? It took almost every one of them to kill him, and Optimus fucked up most of them before dying. Whereas now, he is just a pale imitation of who he was. Next up is Bumblebee, whose death was only used for shock value, as the director was desperate to try and evoke an emotion out of the audience, other than complete boredom. We have had 2 resurrections in the Transformers movies, even Jesus didn't come back this much. The newest addition to this movie is Mirage, who acts like he has an attention deficit disorder, as he constantly keeps fucking around and does not take dangerous situations seriously. I understand that he is supposed to be comic relief, but he's not very funny, so he comes across as more annoying. Now, he does have some heroic moments in this movie and is not a terrible addition to the franchise, but he could have been utilised in a better way. He just bonds with Noah immediately after meeting him because the plot needs it to. They had nowhere near the chemistry that Shia and Bumblebee had. Every other Autobot and Maximal is forgettable and not worth mentioning. The 2 villains we are introduced to are Unicron, who is basically Galactus, as he needs to eat planets to stay alive like him. But unlike him, he acts like a giant arsehole for no reason. His Silver Surfer is Scourge, a generic boring villain with very little personality other than he is evil. He kills Bumblebee to appear tough, but we all know that death is meaningless to popular Transformers characters, so that doesn't really establish him as a threat. Now, at the end of the movie, there is an after-credits scene where Noah is invited to join the G.I. Joe program.
Oh, Jesus, God, no.
I seriously hope that this is not going to be a Marvel crossover event, where we have the shit characters from Snake Eyes meet up with the shit characters in Transformers. 2 terrible franchises is enough for me, I don't need a third. Getting fucked in the ass with a sandpapered covered dildo would be more fun than watching that piece of shit. So yeah, the movie is boring as fuck and will be forgotten about almost immediately, just like the last movie did. This was a fucking waste of time and they should stop making Transformers movies. The franchise should just be put on ice for a few years, because at this point, most of the Transformers movies are cat shit.